So a lot of bad stuff happened. That's for me to worry about, but if you're wondering why things might look a little weird here and there on this channel, it's because things look a little weird here and there. Otherwise, we're here to talk about a character, and we're gonna randomize. Actually, if I should just do this just so I can see. It's like task cult character exclusive random item stats, which will be fair enough. So, and I promptly forgot what the thing was, but let's hit quick play again because I've completely forgot. Okay, Katak birthmark, Katak birthmark, Katak birthmark, Katak birthmark, and we will go with that for at least one run. I might do more, but it's not really that hard to kind of think about, although Curious Birthmark might be interesting. We'll set random item stats on, and into Katak we go. So as we get into Katak Birthmark, Curious Birthmark, character exclusive, random item, custom character. So here's the thing, this character starts with 100, at negative 100 Doom and 20 Knowledge, but on Harbinger it's 19, obviously. So it's the short version, if you just want to listen to this and go, is that there's a 90% chance of succeeding the run, unless you don't know what you're doing. And the other 10% are mostly RNG related. I'll get to them when I get there. Light, second encounter, knowledge, dexterity, second mystery, and maybe a charisma check. Everything but strength, but you're normally not going to use anything but a knowledge weapon. In fact, since I don't know if I'm gonna get Timeline A scissors, which it would be a very good thing, we're just going to instead go Occult Shop and use up the Doom that we have. And it's a lot of Doom. And those wondering how it's possible, just it's possible. So we start with the compass and Doom, basically. Doom to work with is the more accurate phrase. Also, I forgot to do a thing. And we'll move on to mysteries, which is another part of actually playing this character if we were to look at, you know, gameplay balance and whatnot. Because while, yes, this is a very, very powerful character in general, or character stat spread to have function-wise, depending on your mysteries, it can still be bad, which is odd to say, but Hell, Botanist, Painting, Bulletin, Mermaid. So, perfect. We get a more normal run, but it will kind of clue us into what we can and cannot do. Also, normally you can see the stats past the character. I think it's because I switched costume. No, that can't be right. Anywho. But yes, depending on if you get, say, because with this much Doom, the normal thing you can do is, aside from preparing a bunch, is resting a lot. But if you get mysteries, at least 3, even just 3, that take you outside of the town where you cannot rest, then therefore you cannot use that Doom to rest, and then you end up dying. Even on Goizo, even if we had Goizo and Fetid Fumes, for those who don't know, basically, if you rest under Goizo and you have Fetid Fumes, Doom increases by 5, and you only heal 1 stamina and 1 reason, which normally sounds bad, but on a character that has Doom to spare, it's not as bad. So that's partly part of the reason why it can be a very, very powerful start, along with just using Doom however you please. But at the same time, as we go into not weaknesses, but looking at what we can and cannot do, and we can pretty much just set ourselves up for success. I'd rather keep hold of the Doom to rest, which, if you can do a bunch of preparations in your first town mystery, if you do have a lot of mysteries that you don't have the sublocations available, that's essentially the countermeasure there. Still, there are ways you can die here, so having 1 dexterity notwithstanding, on Zektast it's not as much of a problem, because obviously you have 100 Doom, so Zektast does not trigger until 21%? I don't know why, I forget. But you get the point. This dexterity won't decrease. However, you are still open to certain RNG things happening, mainly as they relate to. I was thinking for a moment because I was thinking about that choice, but mostly in how they relate to injuries and curses. The main one being flashbacks. If you know on this channel, you know. But for those who don't know as much, when you get flashbacks, your dexterity decreases, and when your stat hits 0. The game sets your Doom to 100, so it's not a matter of your... Oh, did I not have enough funds? Really? Huh. Alright, cool. I didn't know. Random item stats, I guess. I guess we'll pop back in the Occult Shop. But you essentially die. You essentially will just automatically die. That is what will happen on when your stat hits 0, which I call zero statting. There's probably a better way to word it, but just know it's not good. So this character is still open to that, and with any character with with 1 or 2 in certain stats, mainly strength and dexterity, you're open to just immediately dying. Now, that being said, being able to do this, again, this character doesn't really have a lot of issues anywhere else. This is pretty much the best you can ask for. Actually, I can't. 2 strength. Technically a weakness, but it's not because we're so fast. Now, if you're using certain other weapons, then you don't get as much, but I can't even prep strong. Which is why I will continue always using the brace action regardless. We're taking 3 reason, theoretically speaking, but I shouldn't be missing this often. If I die as this character, it's probably my fault. But at the same time, when we keep missing 60%, I guess I might as well have done a big attack turn. Okay, really now? Now I'm just curious. Because that's not normal. But we can do that. So I should have just done this, but I didn't know I was gonna miss 60% 3 times in a row. So you can still die in World of War. You can have 99 strength and still die in this game. Now you would, and funny enough, the balancing factor is that you start with you can only give a custom character 2 bonuses, whatever they may be, but RNG will always be an RNG thing. Now, you could set all your stats to 99 again. At some point, you will always be able to just beat the game outright by making your custom characters very powerful, but it takes a lot, basically. It takes a lot. And even with 9, you would actually have to set your stats to like 102 because Ill-Fated exists. The only real thing you can't do is, which is why almost every other custom character, no matter how strong you make them, the problem might be your stamina and reason. But again, if you set your stats very, very high for whatever reason, normally that's a non-issue because you'll pass most of your checks, and with all of your stats so high, encounters will pretty much always be trivial. Unless you get really, 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 really unlucky. And by that I mean you should be able to defeat everything. Again, also because prep is always 40, so the minimum you can do with any weapon is always going to be 4 prep attacks, because prep will always be 40 unless you make it faster, and then maybe you get a little bit more. But what I mean is you can only get up to 4 guaranteed attacks because of the limitations placed on you by this game. So I'm actually going to increase dexterity first because I don't want any bad things to happen. That only reduced dexterity by 1. Again, we're still prone to flashbacks, which is why I do want to get out ASAP during encounters. And if I die to flashbacks, then, well, here you go. But if we're talking about OP custom characters gameplay-wise, it is a matter of setting all your stats high, and then maybe, again, giving yourself a lot of doom. The stats are not tied to your bonuses, which is why you can do those things. Also, for this character, knowing where knowledge checks are kind of puts you at an advantage. But to the opposite side of that, you can also, even if you have an OP custom character, if for whatever reason, let's say a modder decides... So here's the thing, because I will go over this, it is a thing that you can do. If a modder, and we do have an event like that, but if you make a custom event that insta-kills you for whatever reason, then yes, it doesn't matter how OP your custom character is, you will die. So... So say a custom character lowers doom by 200, someone can introduce an event that increases your doom by 300. So it's possible. So therefore, but I mean, if you really want to make an OP character, someone can just make a very, very bad event and counteract you. But in normal gameplay, as our reason hits 3, so we actually can't take this. I would like to save. Actually, I think I can. I have 2 ritual daggers, by the way. I did buy one already, so that's on me, but let's see. Oh, and to complete the dot, yes, you're limited to 8 actions, so prep attack or prep strong, prep strong, prep strong, prep strong is probably going to be your best guaranteed mode of action. If you want to be a bit safer, you can go brace, dodge, prep strong 3 times, but you get the point. A character with high stats, depending on what they are, can be very, very powerful. But for brace, you have to have strength very, very high. And for dodge, you need your dexterity very, very high. Essentially, if you made Omni-Man, that's what you would do. And even then, you're not safe because, again, certain backstory god combinations can absolutely destroy you. I think we brace here, by the way. Even if we don't get much out of it, it's the best we can probably do. 70%. Was I going crazy earlier? Why was I unable? Anywho. So we throw this, definitely. We will die immediately, though, once, if, and when we get to... Oh, wait. Instead of that, I should instead do... Do I? No, I can't. Do I? Actually, do I die here for this? Have I just lost the run? Oh, by the way, we're dead now. You can't make this up. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we're dead because we just happen to get flashbacks. Because, again, the game sets your doom to 100. It does not increase your doom by 100. So, therefore, you end up dying when you zero stat. But we'll struggle for as long as possible. If nothing else, try to defeat this boss. We can survive. It's possible to survive here, but let me tell you right now. Actually, do we die here regardless? I don't think we do. No. This is 24 damage guaranteed. And we get out. But again, you can't make it up. Someone's gonna get unlucky, and I did increase my dexterity as soon as possible. If we got quick thinking, which now we do get, doesn't matter because our doom's at 100. Then yeah, I just have to, because I'm not streaming this. You just have to believe me when I show you this video, and that's what happened. But anywho, yeah, I guess that'll be the end of this video. I'll see you when I see you, and yeah, you should normally not die, but I just happen to be part of the lucky, I say, 10% who are just gonna get flashbacks and die immediately, so I guess I'll see you in the next video. Ah!